I want to make money in meme coins. I don't know where to start. Well, my name's Dali and I'm here to teach you everything about meme coins. I'm going to show you how I made $25,000 in the last 5 days trading meme coins and over $250,000 in the last 6 months of trading just alone on this one wallet. Keep in mind, this video will be a little bit longer. I do hope you enjoy, guys. Please be sure to use my AXIOM code in the description. We're currently using AXIOM right now to trade. I think it's by far the best platform and the easiest. If you use my referral, you get the cheapest fees also, so be sure to use it. I'm going to show you how I managed to get wins like, Hodler, for example. I pulled $8,000. Jupe, I pulled $7,500 in the last 3 days, I think, trading. All these coins are possible to catch, and you can also catch them. I'm going to show you how I catch them, why I caught them, and give you in-depth details of how I find these runners and why I think they're going to run. Because the most important part of this video will be to show you, like, I'm going to click on a random coin, right? It's going to show you how you can differentiate from buying absolute crap like this to buying strong coins with narratives that can push multi-millions and you can print a ton of cash. Now, what I will say is, first and foremost, be patient, guys. Be patient. You need to be patient. If you think you're going to just print $10,000 in your first day of trading, it won't happen. All right, dude, I'm here to tell you it's going to take a while. First of all, get used to the trading bot. Be sure to use AXIOM. It's by far the best. If you want to use another one, that's fine. Use it. But be sure to use a trading bot. They have faster fills. They have a lot more in-depth details. For example, like AXIOM will tell you literally everything, like top holders, dev holdings, snipers, all that good stuff, right? I'm not going to graze on that too much because I feel like a lot of people do know that now and you want to know how I'm actually making my money. Well, at the moment, I have 100 Solana in my balance. I like to keep around 150 to 200 in my balance. Sometimes less, sometimes more. If I need more, I'll go to my separate wallet, of course, and just add more in. Now, when I'm looking for a good narrative, say, for example, Italian rot, right? So I'm just going to use this for an example. So Italian rot right now, I have 50 Solana invested at 5.7 million. I bought the bottom there. I've already made 50 Solana on this before. So this is just an example of, this is the only position I have on my flipping wallet at the moment that I think will do numbers and does numbers. So everyone knows Italian rot. Tung tung sahur, tralalelo, tralala, stuff like that, right? So you want to know, why would I buy this in the first place? Why do I think 5 million is cheap? Well, at the moment, you have like Housecoin that's at 110 million. You have Titcoin at 20 million, stuff like that, right? Right now, the biggest meme in the world is Italian rot. It's Tung Tung Sahur, Tralalelo, Tralala. All them guys are the biggest memes. Like it or not, they are. One way to identify that the trend is growing and still not downtrending, for example, I use Google Trends, right? And you can apply this to other coins you find. So, for example, you find something at 1 million and you're like, whoa, I see this on TikTok, Instagram, stuff like that a lot. And that's where you want to find most of these coins, by the way. You want to find them where they're trending worldwide, because that's how most of these coins will do well. It's an attention economy right now, meaning that everyone wants to see the coin everywhere. So if you see, obviously, Elon Musk posting tralala, tralala, brother, that is going to go to multi-millions. Italian rot will like absolutely send if he does that. Or like someone like Trump or something posts it. It's obvious, right? It'll go so much higher, because everyone wants attention, everyone wants the next thing to do it, right? So I'm gonna do this, right? Tung Sahur, right? I type in Tung Sahur, I go worldwide, I go past 7 days, right? So the past 7 days, look, you can see it's gradually like growing, right? Gradually growing. Interested more and more. Like 28, they were very interested. Now I go 30 days. Now look at the chart now, right? Worldwide, it's just growing, like slowly growing and exponentially going up. So what does that say? Okay, there's more and more attention on this meme. This might be bottomed. If you see, right? So on the 24th, it was at 11 million, right? On the 24th here, this is not even like topped. This is 79 interest over time compared to 100 on the 28th. And the 30th is now, obviously it's 78, but like that's not that's incomplete because it hasn't like finished the day. So it probably will go even higher at this point. We shall see. But you see what I mean? It's gradually growing, right? And that's only one of the brain rots. We'll go tralalero tralala. I think his name is, yeah. Tralalelo, tralala. Same thing, right? Worldwide, past 30 days. Flew. 24th, it stopped and went down. So you're like, whoa, okay, this might be a problem. You see, Tung Tung is growing, Tralalelo slowing down. Now, does that mean anything? Not really, because if you search it up like this, the way they have it on TikTok, you find out actually it's growing again. So it's continuing its slope upwards once again. It just depends how you're searching the word. Sometimes it does that. But obviously, you can worry a little bit or you won't worry at all, per se. Obviously, that's just one of the things. You have to check on TikTok, Instagram, stuff like that. Besides the point, I don't want to talk too much about this coin because it's just going to sound like I'm making this video about this coin, but I'm not, right? Essentially, I'm just telling you, if your trend is getting more and more views, or it's getting posted more and more on Twitter or something like that's happening, you're bound to go up. You're literally bound to go up, right? So just pay attention to that a lot. I will say another thing, right? You need to not buy in FOMO. So what do I mean by that, right? You have a coin here, say for example, topped at 7 million. You don't want a top blast like this, right? You want a bottom blast. So you want somewhere where you're like, okay, right, this chart's bottomed out, and obviously no one really knows where the bottom is, but you have a technical analysis where you're like, okay, this ran way higher. So see this was kind of the bottom of the trend. So if you were buying at 3 mil, selling at 7, you were making profit. Now on this one, this is what's called a squeeze here. That's why I bought, because it was squeezing down, right? So if you see something like this squeezing, it's bound to go up again. And if you like the trend a lot and you think it's going to actually do well, this is like a perfect time to buy. Obviously I could have taken profits at 8 mil from 5 and been like 15 solo, but we're in this for the long run, and I think this will print me a bunch of cash once again, because I'm still up 50. So the only thing that I did invest was actually the profits that I already made. Now, how did I catch hodler, for example? We'll move on and we'll talk about like quick attention economy, stuff like that's in the crypto space, not just on TikTok and stuff like that, right? How did I catch hodler, for example, and how could you catch something like this, right? Well, I caught this at 50k and I didn't buy it because my brother was telling me to buy a different token, which I won't talk about, but he lost me a bunch of money, and then he lost me like 5 SOL, and then I printed us like 50 each, like printed us pretty heavy. So basically, how did I buy down here, and how did I identify that this would run? Well, this was a tweet, for example, right, that said, it's the little hodler it's called, and basically El Salvador, 2 days, or yesterday, sorry, not 2 days ago, there was a tweet on Cointelegraph and a bunch of these crypto outlets, news outlets, of course, that said, oh, basically the little hodler, which is a Bitcoin magazine, is being introduced on into El Salvador schools to teach kids about crypto. So obviously you're like, whoa, this mascot is going to be huge. We need to buy this. So as soon as I seen it at 500k, obviously I don't think it's going to be topped at 500k. You kidding me? Something that's being taught in schools in El Salvador, which is like notoriously known for having a lot to do with Bitcoin and holding Bitcoin, and the president buying non-stop and stuff like that. So I said, okay, this is the easiest money I would probably make. I'm just going to buy 500k and I'm holding it. Now, in your head, you have to set off a sell limit. So in my head, I was like, okay, right, you know what? 4x, 2 million, 500k buy. That's the perfect time to get out. Like I said, once it got to there, I'm going to get out. I'm going to be happy with my profits. Obviously, it did go to 4 mil and I fumbled an extra 120 Solana profit or something. But it's all about risk to reward, right? If you're managing your risk and reward, it doesn't matter. You'll move on to the next trade. You'll print again. You're never going to catch the top. It's impossible to catch the top. And if you're chasing tops, you're going to end up losing a lot of money. And that's not what we want in this space. We want to be printing, and we want to be printing easy. So what I will say is, all you have to do is be patient and stick to your game plan. So if I said this is going to 2 million, I'm selling at 2 million. Don't start FOMO and being like, whoa, this is kicking too much, 4 million. No, stick to what you know best. And that's how you'll print. And obviously, bro, you have to stick in so many hours into this, right? Ladies and gentlemen, this is a game of time. The more time you put into this, the easier the video game gets, and the more money you print. It's just a one-way road of how much time compared to how much reward you're going to get. Some people will be like, whoa, I just bought Trump coin. Right, well, there is outliers like that. But if you want to make money long-term with meme coins and consistently, you need to be putting in the time. This is the only way you will print something like this. Now, I sit here all day. I obviously have my Twitter open like this, and I just scan Twitter the whole time. So be sure to like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff as well. But be sure to follow my Twitter with notifications on, because I post a bunch and I have so many calls and I tweet all the time. So I have notifications on for a ton of people, and I just sit here all day and do this. And I scan, of course, right? So I'm checking the migrated section. I'm checking everything that's migrated straight away. Like most things that migrate, I will press and I will look just in case I'm missing something. It takes all day, but this is how you print. You have to be at your screen. So I'll check this tariff song. I already know this has been done, right? I've been spending so much time in the trenches. I already know this has been done. This isn't even the first time that's been done. Kobe Nvidia robot. I know this is fake already. Like I knew straight away. This has already been done a million times. It's already at 5 million market cap. I could sit here all day and tell you exactly everything about the meme coins that are popping up that are not new, and I know not to buy because they're not legit, right? Like this thing, Crib, for example, slang for house. There's been so many derivatives because house coins at 100 million, and they've been putting out like winning, motion. They've got stuff like I don't know, like other stuff like that, right? Motion and blessed and stay up, all this sort of like motivational meme coin kind of thing as well. They're trying to run, but they're not doing the best, to be honest. And I don't really buy that sort of stuff because they're just bundled scams or whatever. I like to buy attention economy and I like to buy news. They're the two main things I focus on. They're the two main things you should focus on. Now, boys, one last tip, because I could go on here all day and tell you what I'm picking, what I'm not picking. One tip I will say is do not bet with size at the start, right? You're going to lose money if you bet with size at the start because you're just starting off. This is aimed towards beginners. It is a beginner's guide, so I hope people do understand that. That at the start, bro, you're happy with your 2-3x's and you'll learn as you go on. Obviously, join the free Discord below. Ask any questions you have. We have like 6,000 members now, which is absolutely crazy. We've been blowing up like mad. So yeah, be sure to join that, but just don't send in any links. I don't even know what else to say. Just come in there, ask me any questions you have. This is the beginner's guide at the end of the day. I don't want to go too into detail. Just make sure you don't buy anything with like 7% hold or stuff like that. Make sure it's max 3%. Make sure the bundle says below like 5% usually, because it's going to be a scam otherwise, or 10% if it's like a big coin. Top holders don't go anywhere near 35 plus. If it's 35 plus, make sure it's something new and it's blowing up like instantly. I'm live all day as well, so you'll see a bunch of live content and you'll learn more. Just spend your time on it. Attention economy is where you're winning. Remember, this Italian rot, I'm giving you a little bit of alpha, right? I'm not giving you the most, but I'm giving you a little bit. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Use the AXIOM code. It does help me out, and I'll catch you in the next